everybody, and welcome back. I'm Cristo, and this is a very brief tutorial video on what you need to do before you unpause and get into MEIOU and Taxes, because I know some of you are feeling a bit overwhelmed. Before I get too into it, this is a save, not my save, from someone called Leon on Reddit. This is an awesome save. I was doing some bug testing in. Thank you very much for sharing it, and it's so cool that I figured I would share it with the class. Anyway, here's what you need to do before you unpause in MEIOU and Taxes. Nothing. There's nothing you need to do. Just unpause. It's scary. There's lots of new mechanics. You don't understand how the new features work. Don't worry about it. Unpause. Your first campaign isn't going to go until 1850. Just run the game and see what happens and look at things. That's all you need to do before you unpause. But if you want a slightly more serious answer, what you should do before you unpause is you should use the investment manager. You should trigger the investment manager, and you know how to do that if you've watched my video on the investment manager. And you should delegate your taxes, and you should know how to do that if you've watched my video on taxes. Beyond that, you really don't need to do very much apart from, normal things. Hire advisors, look at your decisions, look at your alliance situation, decide if you want to pass any policies. Maybe glance at your estates, but there's nothing you probably want to do with them on day one. Look at your technological situation, decide if you need to focus on a particular monarch point. It's all just very normal, vanilla stuff. When you set those two automations running, that's basically it. Just unpause the game. I'm giving you permission to not play perfectly the first time. It's very, very productive and helpful to play the game and just let it run and see what happens and see how you interact with things. That said, many of you want more information than that, which is totally fair enough. So there is a beginner's guide, not written by me, over on the MEIOU and Taxes wiki, which is now open to everybody. Here it is. It's an excellent beginner's guide. It runs through good nations to start as well as a whole host of other topics. On some of these topics, it has things that I've yet to make a video on, like trade. On other ones, like elites, it's a little bit less complete than the video that I've made that will come out soon on elites, but it's still really helpful. And all of this stuff is available for you. There is a link in the description and in the pinned comment, if I remember, but if not, in the description. And yeah, it's not very long. I reckon this is a, 10-minute read, maybe less. So if you feel like you really need a good overview of the situation before you unpause, here is a nice little 10-minute general tutorial so that you can feel like you're on the right footing. I hope that helps. There really isn't that much more than that, I promise you. You might feel like you need to understand what everything in this tooltip means. You don't. You don't. Especially not in the early game. There's very little you need to do in the early game because the elites hold all the power and they do most of the stuff. Automate your taxes, automate your investments, and then play the game. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next tutorial episode.